Well, hello everyone. This is Pastor Jeff here from Trinity Baptist Church in Sherwood Park. You might be part of our church or just in the neighborhood, and I'm just glad you've joined me here for a few minutes. I want to give you a little glimpse of what is going to be happening here at our church in September of this very strange year. I know that this past week has been pretty hectic for a lot of you. You've got your kids back into school. Some of you, even if you don't have kids or grandkids in school, you're just a little nervous because fall has this kind of COVID second wave concern that everyone's keeping an eye out for. And obviously here, even in our church, it's going to be a fall season unlike any other that we've ever had before. It's a little bit hard for us to plan long term, so we're kind of breaking it down into smaller chunks. And I just want to give you a month at a glance look at our Trinity ministries. So I want to give you September at a glance. And first of all, before I get into all the specifics of what we're thinking of doing here, I just want to say thank you for your feedback to our survey. We sent a survey out to the congregation and we received 108 responses. And that's an astounding number percentage-wise, so thank you. That feedback has been so helpful to us as we've been thinking of all of our different plans for the fall. So I'm going to break down our plans for September into three categories. What's happening on Sundays, what's going to be happening between Sundays, and then I'm going to give you just a little bit of a peek into what October could look like. So first of all, let's talk about what will happen on Sundays. Well, basically, we're going to have the same arrangement. We'll, of course, be having our online services and our online segment of our congregation, and, of course, in person as well. So for those of you that are watching online, yes, I know you've been watching either on Facebook or on YouTube. I know that some of you have been experiencing some frustration with the sound levels or the sound mix, and we just want you to know we're working on that. We've actually got a person who's going to be coming in and giving some specific coaching to our volunteers about that, to just work out the bugs and to try and get as consistent as possible. For those of you that are coming back or are thinking of coming back to in-person services, I just want to remind you that we'll be using the same COVID protocols that we've been using all summer. Those of you that have come, boy, it's worked out really well, and you guys know the routine really well. And for those of you that are coming, I would ask that you go onto our e-newsletters, which hopefully you get every week, and you just watch either the video or you read the document that's consistently put in there, just so you know what to expect when you show up. Of course, when you do come, if you have kids for September, we are going to continue to have activity boxes for them. Now, when you come into here on Sundays, you'd be probably just curious to know that we've averaged about 40, sometimes 50 people here on our summer Sundays. That might increase a little bit. We figure that we could probably fit approximately 100 people in the sanctuary, so we do have some room to grow quite comfortably. Also want to let you know, though, that this coming Sunday, September the 13th, and onwards from there, we are going to always have our fireside room set up for some family-friendly seating. So if you have little toddlers that are perhaps a little too wiggly for you to think about having them here in the sanctuary, we're going to have some seating there, some carpeted areas, and some toys for the kids to be playing independently by themselves, just right next to you. But in a room where, hey, if the kids are a little noise, everyone's in it together, and it'll be comfortable for you. We figure we can probably fit approximately 20, maybe a few more people than that in that room. So just so you know that. So that's what's happening on Sundays. Why don't we talk next about what's happening between Sundays? First thing you should know is that our weekday preschool that meets just across the parking lot from our main building here, they've been working hard to get that going. They start with their regular classes this coming Monday, September the 16th. There is still some, I guess that'd be the 14th, sorry about that. There is still space for kids to register. So if you have kids or you have kids in your friends or family circles that are 3 or 4 years old, you can sign them up for that. I want to highlight 3 different small groups for you that we know are starting this coming month here too. This coming Monday, that's September the 14th, our property team is going to resume. This group is just a great group of guys who really enjoy being together And what they do is they come here and they work on different odd jobs around the building. Good group of guys, there's some good leaders there. I know that they'll be taking care of social distancing and other kinds of practices like that. But that's one group that I'm pretty happy to see resume. Another one is that online Bible study that I'm going to be doing starting next Tuesday. There's a separate video that I made about that. We're going to be getting into the book of Daniel, but it'll be every Tuesday starting at 7 o'clock on Facebook or on YouTube. A third one that we highlighted quite a bit this past Sunday, but I'll remind you about again, is one called 7 Tools for Making Sense of Life and Death. And it's hosted by Bonnie Hoffman, and it'll be a 3-week-long small group for 3 consecutive Tuesdays, starting September the 22nd at 9:30 in the morning. This is going to be an in-person small group here at our church. And there's a $10 cost for the workbook, but this is basically about end-of-life planning. And Bonnie is just a spectacular person to be leading this group. So if this is something that you'd be interested in, please sign up in advance on the events page on our website. So those are the 3 small groups I wanted to highlight. Got a couple other things to highlight that are happening between Sundays. Our beloved partners, Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Many of you know them. Many of you are a part of the church and volunteer with them. They are doing this awesome event called Bunks Across Canada, where they want to be building bunk beds for kids who don't have beds. And we're going to be we'll be hosting it here at the church in our parking lot, Saturday, September the 26th from 9 a.m. to 3 in the afternoon. Some of you have been a part of these builds in the past. They're incredibly well organized and they're actually a lot of fun. So if you want to register for that, go to shpbeds.ca, shpbeds.ca. You'll have to register there to do that. The other thing I was going to say is that normally this time of year we do a ministry fair where we invite people to consider being a volunteer in different areas of our church. Well, we can't do that in person this year, so we're going to do it online instead. So be looking forward to that. It'll be a few weeks away here, but the week starting September the 21st, we are going to highlight different ministries in the church and ways that you can get involved. I know that some of you, many of you actually, have been such faithful volunteers here at the church. And it's been weird during COVID because many of those roles have kind of evaporated. But we want to get going again with certain things and get you back into a life of serving the Lord by serving here in the church. All right, well, that's it for kind of in-between Sunday stuff. Why don't I give you just a little bit of a peek at what we are working on for October. This is what we know of so far. There's probably going to be a lot more, but here's a couple things. First of all, our children and family ministries, they're going to be cranking up a modified Sunday program in October. It's going to be really creative. It's going to be quite different than what we've done before, and that's because of COVID. But Pastor Ashley will be informing you guys about that. But hold on to that. That'll be happening in October. Our youth ministry programs will also get going in October. You might want to just shoot Clint a quick text today, because as of today, he'll be done his trucking job, and he'll be organizing with his leaders and working on things. They are looking at separating our junior high and our senior high into different nights of the week. But Pastor Clint will keep you guys informed of that. 2 other things to let you know about. Our women's ministry will be getting going in October, probably starting around mid-October. And again, that one will look a little bit different than in years past, but we're pretty excited about some of the things we've been planning there. And lastly, our men's ministry will be starting in October. There's actually a small group of men that meet that might start late September, but probably early October, somewhere around there. And we're also investigating some ways that we can do men's breakfasts in a way that's, again, a little different than before, but adhering to COVID guidelines. So that's a little bit about what you can look forward to in October. Altogether, that's a whole lot of information for you to take in. Feel free to rewatch this video if you want, but probably some other ways that you can stay in the loop. Make sure that you sign up for our weekly e-newsletter. That's also functioning as our bulletin right now. Make sure that you check us out on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and even Instagram if you're into that. And we have the same kind of tag or handle for that across the board, TBC Sherwood Park. just type that in and click us as a favorite or subscribe to us, and you'll be all set. And of course, we always have our website as well, tbcsherwoodpark.ca. And hey, you can always pick up the phone and call too if you're missing some other information. Again, thanks for taking in all that information. I hope that gives you a little bit of a good idea of what's coming here September at a glance. God bless you and your family this September month and all that it entails and all the craziness and nervousness and all of that. May God bless you. May God give you peace and joy in the midst of this. And may He do the same for our church. Love you guys. Miss seeing many of you guys around, but hope to see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.